Eddie? Eddie? Hour?
Trying to unmute. Give him a second.
I'm here. Sorry.
No problem. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and please remain standing to remember Carol Di Giovanni, retired bus driver who recently passed away. I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic
to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. 4.01 consent agenda resolution. Is there any board member who wants to remove any item from the consent agenda? Anybody? Check a roll call. Lumia, none. Peggy?
No.
Keith?
no,
Linda? Rappaport?
No.
Marie Johnson?
No.
Mike Lopez?
No.
Rob Rubin?
No, sir.
And I believe I called everyone. Okay, it's unanimous.
No.
Or did I call you Eddie? Did I call you Eddie?
That's fine. No.
Very good, Eddie. Thank you very much. All right. In that case, 4.10.
Hold on 1 second. You're going to do the motion, right?
Yeah, make a motion.
So move.
Second,
You have to read, Keith.
resolved that the Board of Education does hereby approve the following consent agenda items as stated: 4.02, 4.03, 4.04, 4.05, 4.06, 4.07, 4.08, and 4.09.
Motion.
So moved.
so moved.
Second. Once again, all in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I think everybody's in favor. All right.
Aye.
Yes.
5.01, approval of a permanent chairperson for the annual budget and school board election. Keith?
Resolved that the Board of Education of the Wapaja Central School District does hereby appoint Robert Rubin, a duly qualified voter of said school district, as the permanent chairperson of the annual district meeting to be held remotely by absentee ballot on June 9th, 2020.
Motion?
So moved.
So moved.
Ruben, Mary Johnson, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I'll take-
Aye.
Aye.
Everybody, is there any no? So said, approved. 5.02, approval of election inspectors. Keith?
Resolved that the Board of
Excuse me,
Education.
President Lumia, excuse me, you have to also indicate abstain.
Are there anybody who abstained? No one
Okay.
abstained. I think everybody said yes. All right, 5.0, next time I'm gonna call a roll call, all right, on any issue, so there'll be no problems. 5.02, approval of election inspectors. Keith?
Resolved that the Board of Education does hereby approve the following named election inspectors for the budget vote and board member election on June 9th, 2020, at no cost to the district. Be it further resolved that the district clerk may substitute or add election workers as needed.
Motion,
So moved.
So moved.
second, Mary Johnson, and discussion. All in favor, John Lumia, yes. Keith Odoms,
Yes.
Marie Johnson,
Yes.
Peggy Kellen,
Yes.
Mike Lopez,
Yes.
Linda Rappaport,
Yes.
Rob Rubin,
Yes.
Eddie Hour.
Yes.
5.03, resolution setting time and location of canvassing. Keith? Keith? I'll read it. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby designates a time and location for canvassing the absentee ballots for the June 9, 2020
Yes.
annual budget vote and election as Myers Corner.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, I'll repeat it again. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby designates the time and location for canvassing the absentee ballots for the June 9th, 2020 annual budget vote and election at Myers Corners Elementary School from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. on June 9th, 2020, and 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on subsequent days until all absentee ballots have been canvassed and counted. The Board of Education shall provide drop boxes for qualified voters to deposit their absentee ballots in person at various school locations in a district as designated times, and directs all individuals dropping off ballots follow social distancing protocols. Motion?
So moved.
Move.
Okay, Ruben, Kellen, all those, I'll call a roll. John Lumia, yes?
Keith, yes.
Question,
Can I ask a question?
But yeah, okay, yes, Eddie.
If administration wouldn't mind just a brief explanation for the public as to why we're doing this and just, you know, the protocols and so forth, if they have that information at this time to share. Thank you.
You're welcome. The drop-off schedule was actually, we were going to have just one day of a drop-off schedule. Then we decided that it would be best to ensure that we provide all of our voters opportunity to submit a ballot. We created a schedule that would allow for our voters to submit their ballot if they, for any reason that they're not able to get to the post office or drop off, or maybe whatever the reason may be. In addition to that, we wanted to, can you repeat that one again, Trustee Sloshower?
I just wanted an explanation, because obviously with what was going on with the ballots not going out on time, a lot of people, I've received a lot of calls, what was going on. I just let everybody know that we'd be making an announcement.
Right.
And I know some people had some concerns. They're not getting their mail on time. And if we have a drop dead deadline of 5 p.m., you know, we want to make sure everybody who votes, their vote is counted. So I think this was a great idea. I just want to get the information out to everybody so they understand that if they have concerns about putting it in the mail or leaving it in their mailbox to be picked up, and they prefer to physically drop off, you know, their ballot at a secure location, you know, that's really the purpose of all of this.
That was a great tag team. You see, I asked you the question and you just had it and provided the summary. Thank you.
Look, basically, it's very important. You never know where the mail is going to be able to deliver the ballots by 5 o'clock on June 9th. So I think it's a great idea. The big discussion I have in different locations so that the senior citizens and the rest of the community can actually have a place to drop their mail or drop the ballot so it can be counted. And with that,
President Lumi,
sorry, any other questions?
Mr. Lumia, I just would like to add, this is Kristen, that we are taking safety protocols into account at these drop-off locations. It will be minimal to no contact between staff and any taxpayer who would be coming to our site. We will have social distancing in place so as we can maintain everybody's safety through this process as well.
With that being said, John.
Mr. Lumia,
Yes,
Mr.
Robbie.
Lumia,
Yes, Ruby.
just one note there. I think I'd like the district to know that the Wappingers Central School District seems to have made arrangements for one weekend day, Saturday, that at Myers Corners Elementary School, that votes could be dropped off there on a weekend day.
All right.
Sunday as well, Mr. Rubin, you'll see. We also
Excuse me?
we also have Sunday listed.
Oh, Sunday, yeah, district office. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
I
Yes.
have a question.
make-
This is Keith. And
Keith?
In the verbiage, it says 9 to 5:30, but on the graph, it says 9 to 3 at Myers. If you go up, it says,
May I answer that?
sure.
Yes,
Absolutely.
please.
Go ahead, Christian.
Okay.
The resolution you approved is the actual canvassing, the tally of the ballots. That has nothing to do with the drop-off schedule, which you see below. So the actual canvassing will begin at 8 a.m. and run till 5:30 on the 9th. It will continue the next day if need be from 8 to 5. That's the actual counting of the ballots. The
And-
drop-off schedule is something else.
Okay, great. Thank you.
With that being said, John Lumia, yes. Keith Odoms,
Yes.
Marie Johnson,
Yes.
Peggy Kellen,
Yes.
Mike Lopez,
Yes.
Linda Rappaport,
Yes.
Rob Rubin,
Yes.
and Eddie Schlesauer.
Yes.
With that being said, 5.04, first reading of policies. Just a reminder, there's a first reading. I suggest the community to look at those particular policies which are on, look at the district webpage. If you have any comments, please address them to Mrs. Kellen, who's the chairman. At this point, hopefully all of you have read them, but it's a silent reading. If you have any comments, please relate them to Mrs. Pedro, not Mrs. Pedro, Mrs. Kellen. With that being said, 6.01, board members may request additional agenda items. Is there anyone on the board with requests for an additional agenda item?
Mr. Lumia?
Yes, I think it's Eddie. Yes, Eddie.
No, this is Rob Rubin.
Yes, Rob.
This is not a request to add, but I'd like the district to be aware and the public to be aware that just maybe 2 hours ago, I attended a BOCES via Zoom, a BOCES facilities acquisition, which is their equivalent to our capital. And I want people to know that BOCES is taking very seriously this COVID pandemic situation and doing everything that they can to minimize the financial impact to the various component districts.
Really? I'm about paying for some of our tax. Anyway, comments from the, it's cost us a fortune. They're gonna pick up some of the tab, Rob, for the expenditures for the ballots.
Listen, what can I say? Everything's done according to law, but they're very cognizant of the impact of the
There's a
district.
point of order. That's beyond adding to the agenda. Let's go on to the next thing. Comments from the public. I believe there was one comment, Alberta, that you wanted to read.
Yes, there's one comment I would like to read. This was submitted by Deborah Kuda. She writes, as part of the new budget procedure due to COVID-19, voting will be done by absentee ballot only, which I understand were just mailed out today. The Board of Ed this evening will be voted on election inspectors. Unlike in previous year, this year, all election inspectors are employees of the school district. Well, certainly allowable. And by my raising this question, it is not my intention to disparage any of the proposed inspectors. This action could be perceived by some in the community as a conflict of interest. In order to allay public concern, can you please advise the public exactly the procedure and safeguards that will be initiated for the collection, storage, and finally the opening and counting of the ballots? Respectfully, Debbie Kuda.
Are there any other comments? Seeing none?
No other comment.
Seeing none, I'll call the meeting to an adjourned meeting. All those in favor?
Motion made.
Yes. Keith Odoms,
Yes.
Marie Johnson,
Yes.
Peggy Kellen,
Yes.
Mike Lopez,
Yes, sir.
Linda Rappaport,
Yes, sir.
Rob Rubin,
Yeah.
and last but not least tonight, Eddie Schlesauer.
Yes.
And with that being said, I'm glad everything went well. Hope to talk to all of you soon. And with that, good night.
Thank you.